What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Ferg here, back again with another Rules of Survival video, and in today's video we're going to be looking at my personal favorite top 5 moments or memories that I have had in Rules of Survival. Now, these memories should hopefully give you an insight into what I thought were the most impactful things that I did in this game while it was still relevant, and when I look back at, I feel happy that I'd done it, or that it happened, or stars aligned in such a way to make this come to be. So with that being said, let's get into the number 5 spot. Now, coming in at that number 5 spot, I've got to give it to the Hawks Parkour event that took place in February of 2019. If you guys aren't familiar, Hawks Nest set up this parkour event because around that time everyone was getting really good at parkouring in the 3 story and stuff, and he wanted to see who the best parkour player was. Now, around January towards February time, I was getting a lot of slack in my YouTube comments because my movement was very subpar compared to the rest of like the pro scene or whatever, as I didn't find it necessary to lean and kill everyone every single time I shot a bullet, which for some reason the competitive scene really felt like that was a necessity to just lean spam constantly when all it really did was decrease your accuracy. So I went into this parkour competition being seen as kind of like a joke, and that I didn't really have good movement skills, I couldn't parkour, anything like that. And let me just tell you this, I must have put in at least 30 hours of parkouring around this 3 story to make sure that my movement was crisp clean. All I wanted to do was to prove everyone wrong and show them that I had really good movement. And I felt like Hawks Nest's parkour competition was the perfect place to do it. Not only did I win the competition by a fraction of a second, Hawks Nest also made a really cool cinematic with both Saxy and I in it. So as we wrap up this number 5 spot, I'm gonna go ahead and play you guys the cinematic that Hawks Nest made back in the day when this was first released, and I feel like this is really deserving of that number 5 spot because nobody thought I was gonna win, and then I won and I was hyped. I don't know about you guys, but that number 5 spot left chills going down my spine. Either way, into the number 4 spot here, we have the first person mode update. Now this update dropped April 18th, 2018, which was a year before number 5 spot, and it was the first iteration or version of the first person mode Rules of Survival gameplay. Now if you can remember back then, I used to live stream on YouTube every single day for at least 4 hours, and we would average somewhere between maybe 1,000 to 2,000 viewers concurrently. But let me tell you, this update, I hit a record 5,000 concurrent viewers. Not only that, but I had 3,000 people in my stream concurrently while I was calling out the patch notes and calling out people's names to hype them up for the update. 3,000 people were concurrently watching me call out people's names, waiting on a blank screen for an update that didn't come out for at least 2 hours. Now, Lil Ferg, obviously never having experienced any kind of growth or this many eyes on him at the same time, just went into complete overdrive. I just got so hyped up, man, and it makes me so happy going back and looking at this, dude, because I can remember it like it was yesterday. I was so hyped. Like, dude, I loved Rules of Survival at this time. Rules of Survival community was booming. I was so ready to play the new mode. Like, everything was just going good in life, dude. And when I look back at this, it just brings back so many happy memories. So I don't really have much else to say about this other than it was the peak of my live streaming career. It was probably one of the most hyped days I have ever had. Like, even like in my life, it was crazy. So with that being said, I'm gonna roll you guys a little clip from it. Enjoy.
4.8k people in the stream just seen that W. First ever Rules of Survival win in first person, guys. Get some hype in the chat. I want to see everyone spamming the chat right now. 4.9k. Ooh, we're closing in on 5k right there, guys. We were closing in. Everyone take screenshots. Go, take screenshots right now. Go, 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 go. 4.9k. Take the screenshots right now. Can we get the 5k? Nobody leave the stream. Go, go, go. Bye.
Now we have an honorable mention. Although this didn't take place on my channel, it was still only able to happen because of my channel. It was, of course, the trip that me and Hawksnest went on to China. We visited Guangzhou and Shanghai on the same trip, and it was awesome. I mean, it was a big culture shock to me. I'd never been in a city that big. Well, Shanghai is the 3rd biggest city in the world, and I live in a town where there's only 30,000 people who live here, so it was a big shock when I went over to China and I just seen how many people there were, how different everyone was, what they ate, how they presented themselves, their daily life. It was crazy. Even when I think back now, I'm still like, damn, I really went to China. That's actually kind of crazy. But at the time I was like, hell yeah, I'm just gonna go to China. I'll see you later in about a week or so. But yeah, China was awesome. Alright, so coming in at that number 3 spot, it is the stream that allowed me to purchase my PC to be able to live stream every day at a high quality. This took place back in March of 2018, and I uploaded the video of it in March 18th of 2018, but I think it happened maybe 1 or 2 days before that. But basically what went down was I said that my streams were lacking quality because I didn't have enough money to spend to purchase and upgrade my equipment in order to stream at a super ridiculously good quality. Now, of course, since the Rules of Survival scene was pretty much blowing up at this point, or it had already blown up to a point where it was pretty damn big, a bunch of people decided to just get together in my live stream chat and just donate me a ton of money so that I could upgrade my setup and produce the most high quality videos that I possibly could. Either way, I'm gonna show you guys a clip from this. It's a shame because back then I didn't have alerts pop up in my stream because it would make my OBS crash, and it was still way back in the day when I had a Clash Royale logo on my screen because I couldn't afford to pay anyone to make a new one. Which is crazy to think about, dude. Crazy to think about. So coming in at that number 2 spot, it is the Rules of Survival Global Series European Championship win that I got with Cloud9. Now this happened towards the end of March of 2019, and the reason why this kind of means so much to me is because ever since I started playing Rules of Survival and stuff like that, I'd always kind of been like an entertainer or whatever and just kind of had fun with it. But now that I'd taken this new dive into competitive, everyone said in the competitive scene that I was garbage. It was a very big topic of conversation that both Hawksnest and I were trash at the game when compared to these competitive players. So what I decided to do was play like 12 hours a day every single day and just become one of like the undisputed top shooters in the game. And I just took so much time out of every single day while I was creating content or live streaming or anything like that, where I would just play and just constantly rinse and repeat every single game, 1v5s all day, every day, to make sure that my gun skill and that my movement mechanics were just on top. Like, they were on the top 0.001% of players that ever existed in this game. And we went into this tournament with like the European scene basically saying, you guys aren't gonna do well, and you guys haven't played against this team, you don't even know who this team is, they're gonna destroy you, wait till you versus this team, oh, you haven't even played against these guys before. Like, because obviously we'd never played an EU tournament, I'd never played in a European tournament, even though I'm from Europe. And to receive all of this like hate from the European people, even though I was European, I was like, dude, come on, dude, like, relax. So what I did was, I was so cocky that I could just out-frag everybody in this tournament that I made an intro into my video the night before we played in the tournament, and I basically said, I showed my phone and my iPad, I think, and I showed the date, and I was like, we're gonna win this tournament and there's nothing you can do about it. We've got this in the bag. And I like showed the date and how the date was like one day before when the finals were gonna be taking place, and I put it at the start of my video, and I was like so cocky about it. I was like, dude, we're gonna win this freaking tournament, there's nothing that can that can stop us, dude. Even thinking about it now, I'm like, damn, I was really that confident that we were gonna win. Like, I just did not see us losing that tournament. Like, we had played so many months to get to this point, and just being able to win the tournament in such a fashion that we did was unbelievable. I mean, we won back-to-back games with like, I think it was like a 13 kill and like a 17 kill or something like that, which was unbelievable. So many people get their vision clouded just because they feel the need to present other people with an image that will be liked by all, but I just don't care about that stuff. I was just like, yo, we're winning, GG's, easy, all of that kind of stuff. But yeah, this is the number 2 spot, and it was the Cloud9 EU RGS win with Hawk's Nest, Exy, and Hot. Wait.
Shit, everyone got 2. Oh, dude, I need to like a one shot at the one.
There's a guy behind the inanimate truck, actually. Guy behind the inanimate truck.
Wait, is it?
Yeah.
Right here, it's moving.
Fuck, he's blocked. He's lit.
Guy in front, hit for 21.
He's lit.
He's the last. Weak.
We should rush. Get the cross.
No, we knocked that guy. It's the guy across the road.
Alright, pick hard up.
There's a car on Exy right now.
They drove down.
Yes, let's fucking go. One more.
One more.
Let's go.
He's one tap. Okay, that laser from behind. Let's push that. Get laser in there. He's in the room.
Yeah. There's a guy on me. Good job, boys. Let's go. 6 kills. Oh, look how many kills we got. Oh my god.
17.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, bro.
Coming in at that number 1 spot, it is of course the Ross MVP tournament. I'm sure a lot of you guys thought that this was going to be in this top 5 list, and of course it comes in at that number 1 spot. This was a tournament that was set up with a solo leaderboard where you were given points based on kills and team placement. Now what happened was you were paired with a duo that you selected. Me and Hawk's Nest were a duo. And you would get paired up with another duo, and that would make a squad. Every week your squad would change, your duo would remain the same. However, you kept your own kill points, and the squad didn't get your kill points, but you kept the team or the squad's placement points. Now, what was interesting about this tournament is that we won a game every single week. There was 3 games per week, and there was 4 weeks of this tournament. Now, winning a game every week seems kind of crazy, but what's even more crazy is that I could have won this tournament if I had not played all 4 weeks and I had only played 3 weeks. I also finished 1,000 points ahead of the next person in the leaderboards, being Sai Paulo. I finished the total tournament with 2,845 points, and Sai Paulo finished with 1,815 points. I had a total of 45 kills, and the next person down's highest had a total of 36. The reason this tournament means so much to me, however, is the fact that it gives me an undisputable title in the Rules of Survival history books. Rules of Survival set up this tournament and named it Rules of Survival's Most Valuable Player. And since this was a tournament organized by the Rules of Survival developers and the community managers, no one has any ground to stand on whether or not I am or I am not the MVP, because by this tournament, I am. And by arguing that point, you're not arguing against me, you're arguing against Rules of Survival as a game. This also continued the saga of who is better, Ferg or Saxy, which was kind of fun at the time when I look back at it, and was also when I started to be respected as one of the best players in the game. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to hit that notification bell if you want to be notified of when I upload, and enjoy these clips.
Go for the rush, feeling the uncomfortableness of the storm. Where's he at? And it looks like Saxy is going to spot him. But he doesn't have time to take a medkit, Ryan. He's so low on HP, he's just trying to play this one passively. Is Ferg going to catch him? And yes, Ferg being very aware of his surroundings.
Baby! Saxy, get out of my game, bro! Get out of my game, Saxy, bro!
Zeus off in the corner. That's going to be the teammate. But Ferg is actually toward the backside of this. Ferg is on the other side behind Kiri right now, and he doesn't know about it. So as Ferg starts to move forward, we have our number 1 and number 2 players possibly about to engage.
They're gonna come in, I think.
When she's dead.
Yo, he's on me, he's on me. Kiri's on me.
What he might have just stumbled upon, and going for the shot, trying to take down Hawk's Nest, going for the initial drop. Yes, there goes the drop. Able to make it happen. Goes for the thirst and does take down Hawk's Nest, so big moment right there for Kiri. But he's got Ferg on the flank, and Ferg might have just knocked him. Yes, Ferg takes out the number 2 player.
And he finished off Wanishi.
Did he actually?
I believe Ferg has taken both players down.
Oh my god.
Well, it's very possible at this point. They are looking solid. Great shots off in the distance to take out play from the MKS squad. They are officially eliminated. They got both of them. That's going to be 4 eliminations.
But he ends up getting taken down. A nade gets tossed out toward Excerpts. And this could be it from Ferg, tossing out Kobe nades, trying to do some initial crits as it comes down to a 1v1, possibly one of the best players in the game, and he makes it.
He did it!
Ferg finishes off.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, bro.
5. Okay, yeah. Nice.
Let's go, baby.
Did y'all fucking win again?
Yeah, bro. We're gonna lose.
You're gonna be seeing. Is that Ferg? Is he actually rocking the gamer tag right now? Ferg is MVP. He is full on and confident. Maybe doing a few circle 8s to kick things off.